This week on the Spotlight, we talked to the great Alexi Ramirez, one of my favorites during his time with the White Sox. Paul Gasol will be one of the spokespeople for the Bulls of that playoff era. And then we flash back to Andre Dawson, one of my early guests when he joined the Cubs. And we finish with Alex Gonzalez, kind of a controversial figure. Check out past shows by watching Benkowski YouTube. You'll enjoy them. Welcome to the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Sports Spotlight. They do it all at 108th and Kedzie. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. You've got to get to Gilhooly's. They're right off Pulaski on 103rd Street near St. Xavier. Friday, June 21st at 8 p.m. I'll have music, movies, TV, sports. Take your requests. Fun times. See you at Gilhooly's. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Dr. Sherman Clay, chiropractor. Gentle adjusting. Most insurance accepted. Massage therapy, too. Walk-ins are welcome. Call 773-324-4325. That's HEAL. Dr. Sherman Clay. You've got to get to the Wise Owl at Van Buren and Racine. Pizzas, pork sliders, Cuban sandwiches, carrot soup, elote, burgers, tacos, salads, and more. Great cocktails and great bartenders. A tremendous array at the Wise Owl, Van Buren and Racine. See you there. You've got to get to Renata's Beauty Salon like I do. Men, women, and kids cuts. Open 6 days a week. Walk-ins are welcome. They're located at 12558 Southwestern Avenue in Blue Island, just 6 blocks south of Chicago. They are really efficient, an amazing place, and I'm really, really pleasantly surprised with my first cut. I'm looking forward to more. Renata's Beauty Salon, 125th and Western. We're back on the Spotlight, and of course the baseball season is underway, and it's a great feeling on many counts, maybe the most of which is that it represents the end of our hideous winter. But if you love baseball like I do, that's another huge element of it. And so we decided to go to a veteran, a guy whose play I've enjoyed, both as a clutch hitter and a dazzling fielder, and to get his impressions, although I must admit to you, I wish they were in English, because I think it's time, and I told him that last year. But anyway, with help from his translator, Alexi Ramirez talks about the 2014 season and where he's going with it. So opening day, and there is much hope and optimism. The White Sox had a strong spring training, and we'd like to find out how you feel physically and what you're looking forward to in 2014.
¿Cómo te sientes físicamente y qué estás buscando para este año 2014?
Estoy saludable, me siento bien, gracias a Dios. Tuve una buena preparación y nada, ya lo que queda es jugar ahora.
I feel really good. I would like to stay healthy. That's my main goal, to stay healthy throughout then. But I feel really good physically right now.
What area would you like to make a boost in from last year? Would it be more on the offensive end with, let's say, more RBIs? Or would you like to make a run at a Gold Glove?
¿En qué área te gustaría mejorar un poquito más a ti este año? ¿Ofensivamente o te gustaría defensivamente para poder obtener un guante de oro? ¿Cuál sería?
Mi objetivo es ayudar al equipo. El equipo de jugar todos los días y estar saludable para ayudar al equipo a clasificar.
My objective is to help the team. And I want to stay healthy, and by doing that, I feel like I can play 100% and help the team.
For the beginning of the year, you will be working with different guys at second base, not Beckham. How will you relate to this, and tell us a little bit about Semyon as he covers the bag?
Al principio de este año, obviamente por circunstancias que tú no controlas, vas a estar jugando con segunda base diferente al cual tú estás acostumbrado, ¿verdad? Que es Beckham. ¿Qué piensas tú sobre esta situación?
No, hemos practicado juntos en Arizona. Creo que el juego es diferente a la práctica, pero bueno, trataremos de hacerlo lo más posible.
We have practiced and play, together down in Arizona in spring training, and some of it last year as well. So, it should be no problem at all.
Speaking of gloves, how long have you had this, Este? And how is it different than your other glove?
Hablando de guantes, dice, ¿cuánto tiempo tienes de tener este guante? Dice, ¿verdad? Y que si te gusta.
Sí, me gusta. Lo tengo del año pasado y con este acabo de jugar este año.
He said, I had it since last year, and this is the one I tend to use this year.
I have always felt that you have made the spectacular play, and I think that it should just be a matter of time before you do win a Gold Glove in the American League.
Él dice que él siempre le ha gustado, ¿verdad?, la forma en que tú juegas defensivamente y que falta poco tiempo para que tú él piensa que tú debes llegar a obtener un guante de oro.
No, tranquilo, esto no es una cosa que uno no controla. Lo que yo puedo controlar es jugar día a día y estar saludable. Ya eso no depende de mí.
That's something I don't really control, All I can control is, stay healthy and I can play every day. And then, as a result, then if that happens and I can get a Gold Glove, that will be awesome.
To wrap up, how about some of the new guys in the lineup, giving him more RBI opportunities?
¿Qué acerca sobre nuevos peloteros que hay en la organización? Tú sabes que lo más seguro van a darte más oportunidades de tener más carreras empujadas.
No sé, porque está en el primer bate, yo estoy en el octavo, creo que delante de mí hay 7 jugadores que le pueden empujar primero que yo, pero si se me quedan ahí, lo puedo hacer mi trabajo.
He said that's good. It all depends, where they put everybody on the lineup, and everything. But the one thing is, if I get the opportunity to have people on base, obviously I will do my best to bring those in.
Okay. Buena suerte.
Gracias.
Thank you. And thank you. Okay. You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. Kim G. Sherman, psychotherapist, Des Plaines Wellness Center. Therapy for individuals, couples, families. Call 847-962-4849. I've known Kim for over 20 years. She is a true professional, and she will help you. Give her a call. Family Dentist, Lawrence Furland, DDS, 109th and Kedzie, crowns, veneers, cleanings, improving your smile. They do a great job. Call 773-233-7044. Excellent work, impeccable. Call the Family Dentist, 773-233-7044. They did a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. You've got to get to Shelton Fireworks, the world's largest warehouse, off Interstate 94, exit 22B in Porter, Indiana. Row after row of the best fireworks anywhere, from the little ones to the grand finales that'll end your show. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, in addition to the 4th of July. Just get over there to Shelton Fireworks now. Then you can reload by the time summer comes. Shelton Fireworks, I-94, exit 22B in Portage. We go back a few years, Gasol, Butler, and Noah. Talk about a playoff situation, and the Bulls feel they should have gone farther.
You go through ups and downs in the season, and that's normal. There's a lot of games. There's a lot. There's stretches where you're going to be tighter and sharper and more focused. Others that you might slip off a little bit. But how fast can you regroup and kind of get on the right track? And that's something that we need to do right away.
You guys never want to talk about a loss, but the feeling here at least seems like this one hurt a little more. Is that how you feel right now?
I think there's been a handful of painful losses already, especially in this building, and that's something that, you know, if you want to be a top team, you want to be a contender for the title, you just can't afford. Championship teams don't do that. Bottom line.
And the tendency for these losses to be often against teams with losing records. What about that?
It's just what about that? It's again, it's this we're losing. We have lost games that we're supposed to win. You know, the teams that have worse records than us, and it's not that we're losing them on their home court. We're losing them here on our home. So you know, it's alarming to say the least.
Thank you. How you start, but how you finish. But when you guys start slow in a game like again tonight, does that usually just compound through the rest of the game?
Yeah, seemed to be a trend for us lately. Slow starts. We can't do it. We know that. Dig ourselves a hole it's hard to get out of.
You've always said it depends on defense. Is that what's been lacking, especially these last two games?
Yeah, I mean, you can see it. Teams are doing whatever they want to do on the floor. We're not doing what we're supposed to be doing coverage-wise. We're not talking like we're supposed to be talking, and you can really tell. You know, we're just not being the tougher, more physical team right now.
Does that surprise you after the 6 games that you had won that the last 2 have been like they have been?
Yeah. I mean, it's always a surprise whenever you win a few in a row and then you take some L's. Easily correctable. We just got to go out there and play harder, be the tougher team.
What about the Wizards as a team that's given you some headaches in the past?
I mean, they're a good team, but I think that this was all on us. You know, we weren't talking on defense. We weren't doing what we're supposed to be doing. Don't get me wrong. They won the game, and they got a really good group of players. But if we execute better on both ends of the floor, put ourselves in a better position.
Was there more talking, Jimmy, during the win streak, and you guys were playing better defensively, or were you just
I think
scoring a
so.
lot of points
I think so. I mean, we were scoring a lot of points too. We was outscoring people, but the talk was better. Then we have a lot of breakdowns, a lot of mental breakdowns, and that's on us because the coaches put us in a great position and shoot around, let us know what the coverages are going to be. But whenever we're out there, we're not talking early enough, loud enough, and we're not doing, you know, whether it's the bigs telling the guards what to do or the guards telling the bigs what to do. But nobody knows anyways because nobody's opening their mouth on that end of the floor.
You guys have been scoring so well for the past stretch of time. Do you think it's caused you to relax on the defensive end just to maybe some slippage with habits and everything?
Yeah, I think so. I think that we have a group of guys that can score the ball so well in so many ways that we forget how important the defensive end is. I mean, we still got to play offense, don't get me wrong. But we got to man up, and everybody got to try to win their matchups. We got to do what we're supposed to do on the defensive end. That's where it's got to start for us right now.
Did their pace bother you tonight, the fact that they were getting up the court so quickly?
Nah, not really. I just think that they took us out of a lot of our stuff because they were denying us. We weren't getting open. We weren't utilizing their pressure. We weren't using it against them. And that was that.
Do you feel there's a lack of urgency?
Nah, I don't think so. I just think we dug ourselves a hole.
Out of the game okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm good. You know, I'm just disappointed that we lost, but we'll bounce back tomorrow.
Why do you suppose when this team starts slow, it sometimes carries over for a major portion of the game?
It's something we got to still figure out. You know, we've been playing good basketball. You know, we just got to figure out ways to, you know, maintain that good energy for 48 minutes.
Can you talk about getting back in the flow of things and getting back into the rebounding that you enjoy and excel at?
Excuse me?
Can you talk about getting back into the flow and rebounding and getting inside?
Just trying to get back into the flow of the game and rebound and go inside.
Joe, how did the shoulder feel?
Pretty good.
How about when John Wall blocked that dunker?
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, I felt it, definitely. I wish I could have dunked that, but it was a good block, and I'm all right. You know, I'm just disappointed that we lost right now, and I'm excited to be able to play again tomorrow.
What do you see as some of your main defensive issues right now?
You know, I think just we have to get better, you know, playing team ball. especially on the defensive end, getting that help side in, and just gelling as a unit defensively.
Yeah, Jimmy was saying that you guys weren't really communicating as a team very well defensively. What can you guys, do better to communicate with each other and get that point across?
Well, we have to communicate better. That's for sure, and there has to be a level of trust. We work on it every day, and we definitely have to get better as a team to get to where we want to get to.
Thank you, James.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alsip, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and their fabulous grade of cloth. Call 708-388-3700. And now video gaming is available at Red Shoes from open till close. And don't forget, the Illinois Lottery, too. That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski. You've got to get to the Sock Live Minkowski Trivia, alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great game, great people. Check out the Sock. I think you'll be glad you did when you go to my trivia game every other Thursday. 8 p.m., 93rd and Roberts Road. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. You've got to get to Papa Joe's new location, 5900 West 111th Street. Italian beef, tetrazzini, great pizza, Parmesan, ravioli, and more. All my classic choices. New location, and they can still deliver into the city. Get to Papa Joe's. It was a difficult free agent market for Andre Dawson. He wanted to leave Montreal. He wanted to go somewhere else, and he came to Chicago.
Everyone knows the turn that the game was taking at that particular time. There really was no market for free agents, and Montreal actually felt that I had, in essence, no options at all but to return to Montreal because no one would be interested. And within myself, I knew that wasn't what I wanted to do, and I wasn't going to go back under any circumstances. In the collusion hearings, I've come to understand that they had an offer that they never submitted to me, and after talking to the Chicago Cubs and finding out what their offer was and that every ball club was going to make me the same offer, I just felt that it was going to be necessary for me to extend my playing career. I had to get out of Canada. I wasn't the happy ball player that I had been in my early years, and there had been a lot of trade rumors, and management was going in a different direction, and I just felt there had come a time that I needed a change, and I wanted to prolong my playing career, and I knew I had to get off AstroTurf, and I talked to the Cubs. They seemed to show some interest, and I just said that, if they gave me a chance to play, I try to make the best of it and, not worry about the outcome thereafter.
Do you think your agent embarrassed Dallas Green into that contract situation? He was between a rock and a hard place.
I don't think Dallas was really embarrassed. I think, the two of them have a better relationship than a lot of the media depicted. I think it sort of put Dallas on the spot because if the Cubs don't make an offer, then the media gets a hold of it. The fans know what's going on, and then it makes them look real bad. You got to try and strengthen your ball club when you have the opportunity to, and if you have free agents that are available and players that are interested in playing for your organization, and you don't show any interest at all, then that's a sign that you're not really committed to trying to win.
Well, I agree totally. Now, about that time, your interest in coming to Chicago, I thought, could have actually cost you dollars because you were so honest about it. A lot of times you try to negotiate all ends against the middle. If there was truly collusion, then it would have been kind of hard to get around. But I remember reading an article, and I don't know how widely it was read, but I think it was nationwide. I think Baseball Digest. You had said, like, the game I'll never forget. And I think it was the one where you hit 3 home runs and drove in 8 as an opponent of the Expos playing at the Cubs. Does that ring a bell to you at all?
Yeah, actually, I wasn't supposed to play in that game. It was a situation where it was the month of September, and management wanted to take a look at some of the younger ball players. However, the Cubs started a left-handed pitcher. They had a pitching change, and they started a left-handed pitcher instead of a right-hander. And I was just sitting in the clubhouse, and I got the word that I was going to start anyway. And as it turned out, it was one of the more productive days of games anyway of my career. I had home runs in my first 3 at bats. I think I was 4 for 5, and I left the ball game in the 7th inning when we were leading 15-3, and I think we won the ball game 16-14.
That's bizarre. Who was the starting pitcher for the Cubs that day?
The starting pitcher, Steve Trout. Steve Trout started.
Steve Trout from the area. He's from this area, I swear to God, South Holland.
He gave up the first 2 home runs.
I wonder if Steve's in the audience. Anyway, to expound on that, then you had another 3-homer game, consecutive at-bats, I think, in last year, right? About August?
Right, I hit into a line drive double play in the first inning, and I said to myself, well, it's going to be one of those days. You hit the ball hard, and you won't have anything to show for it. And that was probably the hottest day I've ever had to encounter. And I didn't really think that I would make it for 7 innings. It's easy to go up to the plate and swing the bat and say, well, the heat and humidity is draining me, and you don't worry about the outcome. But I was just trying to reach back for as much as I possibly could, and before I knew it, I had 2 home runs. And you have your teammates say, you haven't done anything if you don't hit 3, and you're behind 1 and 2 in the count. The guy hangs your curveball, and you hit it out, and just like that, you have another very, very productive ball game. And
that's Hall of Famer Andre Dawson, one of my favorite Cubs of all time. And we'll be back after these messages. You've got to get to my newest show, X's and O's, live trivia alternate Fridays at 6 p.m., 7800 West 79th Street. Music, movies, TV, sports, great food, and great drink. See you there. Lenny Hughes has my trivia show Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Daily specials, catering too. It's in the Lansing Municipal Airport, right off Burnham Avenue. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie is great. Tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They do a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. They're quick, and they don't charge an arm and a leg. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair, 108th and Kedzie. Trivia will be at the Sock. Alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great food, great drink, great people. Everything great. You've got to get to Renata's Beauty Salon. They cut hair for men, women, and kids, and I'm among them. Open 6 days a week. Walk-ins welcome. Easy to reach at 125th and Western Avenue. Maybe I'll see you there. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place. Alex Gonzalez has a reputation for the walk-off home runs. He hit 3 of them in May, and I talked to him about the excitement factor of getting gigantic hits.
But yeah, anytime that happens, it's exciting, and seemed to happen all in a week or two during the season. So it kind of compounded, and everybody remembered that. So it's really, I mean, it's thrilling to end the game in a home run like that.
Can you compare maybe to your Toronto days? You know, any stretch where you were thrust into so many game-winning situations like that? It's really is kind of incredible.
Well, I never had 2 years with as many as I did here in Chicago, like I did in Toronto. So I mean, I had some situations where I was able to come through and get a game-winning hit, but the game-winning home runs were really all here in Chicago.
You know, it's said that your team is pitching strong, that's the key to your club. But, you know, in terms of clutch hits, you know, to be in first place as much as you've been this year, the hitting has probably exceeded many people's expectations. How do you rate your lineup, at least as far as your division goes?
Well, I'd say our lineup's pretty strong. I think we have a good mix of power, and we have some guys that can run the bases. So, you know, I think we've been doing a good job scoring some runs and getting some timely hits. And then, like any season, there's going to be some ups and downs where you don't score as many, but I think we've been pretty consistent overall.
You know, got a team like St. Louis that's been loaded for a while. Houston seems to be back. The Reds are hanging around. You have one of the tougher divisions. How do you see it playing out, and what will be a key or two for your club to be around in August and September?
Well, no question. Our club is based around our pitching, and we got to stay strong in that area and get some timely hits like we've done in the past. But we have one of the strongest divisions in baseball, and everybody's really close. So you know, it's going to come down to the wire, I believe, in the division. And there's teams that I think later on in the season you'll see some acquisitions by other teams to help their ball club, and you know, we'll see what we are going to do with our ball club. So it's going to come down to the wire, I think.
If you were contrasting May and June, and you know, certainly you're right there anyway, but what would have happened in June that wasn't quite as good that happened in May for your club, aside from just total wins?
Well, I think it's hard to really point a finger at any one area on our team. You know, I think in the past the games that we have lost has kind of been a combined effort. You know, where we haven't gotten either the hitting or the pitching, and the games that we've won, we've had all of the aspects. So, you know, we got to strive on just continuing to be consistent out there, and when we get good pitching, just to be able to score a few runs and hold the lead.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. You've got to get to Moods Bar and Grill, a great place where I do trivia alternate Wednesdays. Exit 19 off I-94 in Portage, Indiana. Great food, great drink, and especially great people. They've weathered some tough storms. When the weather is worse, they show up the best. Moods Bar and Grill in Portage. This week's show is brought to you by the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Shop at 108th and Kedzie. Get all your car work done there like me. The Lansing Floral Shop is the place to go for all your floral needs. Call 708-474-1212. Huck Finn Restaurants, a huge menu, open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 105th and Cicero, and 67th and Pulaski. Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing, 708-396-1010.